Alright, welcome to the show. This is the Jay and Cody Show. It's actually been a little bit of a minute since we've seen each other.
It has.
Like probably a week.
I bet all the listeners are like, oh my god, they're back. Especially after the last... By the way, just want to say, thanks to all the people. Got a lot of love on Twitter.
Really?
DM love from the show I put out. The 30-minute show or whatever.
Good.
Got a lot of you need to do this more often. Got a lot more of, you're not that funny.
Oh.
You're not funny by yourself.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. And you know what? It's about impossible. Oh, by the way, was not talking about Cody, just so you guys know. I was complaining about an individual I said I'm trying to work with. And I've offered him some stuff to help with my project. And for about a week, it's been like radio silence.
Really?
Yeah, nothing. And I'm like, I literally, when I did that podcast, I was really frustrated. Because I'm just like, I'm not your dad. I don't have time to, if you don't want to make money, that's cool. But don't come back to me later and be like, well, I just, I was busy. Yeah, I got a fucking job, family. I got the whole shit too. I'm not chasing you down to make sure you did your job.
Right.
So I went on that whole list, and they're like, are you talking about Cody?
Oh.
No, not Cody. But I did make a comment. Well, because I told them the whole story about a crazy weekend I had, and how it kind of started off from, how do I put it? Feeling, my little feelings were hurt, I guess. No. It was one of those times where you have quite a few people in your life, and for some reason, for at least a while, everyone decides just not to talk to you.
Yeah.
And you're texting people, you'll text them something, and then you'll get just like, okay.
Yeah, right.
Okay. And days will go, you're like, well, when someone, no one will text you. And I just kind of went through that recently.
Yeah.
So Friday, I was trying to talk to a few people and nothing. Tried, then Saturday, I got up, I text Wes, actually, nothing.
Really?
The guy that I was referring to, I don't want to put him on blast or anything, because he might hear this and whatever else, so I don't want him to use the name, but, I text him and nothing, and, he later texted me like, oh, I just got busy with something, and so, I sent him a text, I'm like, oh, that's cool, man, well, what are you up to now? Nothing. I'm like, fuck it. So what I did, actually went down to a vape shop and went to a vape comp.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When was that?
Huh?
When was that?
Saturday.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah. So I was hanging out there and just talking with some people, and I ran into Dylan, buddy Dylan,
cool.
And Biggs.
Nice.
Good guys. And I was talking to them, like, well, what are you guys doing after this? And, oh, we're going to go check out the protests. I was like, there's a protest going on? Yeah, at the fucking airport.
Oh.
Really?
Was that for the travel ban?
Yeah. I'm like, okay, I gotta go. I want to check this out. And,
man, I wish I'd have been there.
That's my, the whole thing is, and the whole reason why it's a good story, or a funny story, is, because it could have started out just completely a boring-ass weekend.
Yeah.
But I had the most, expansive Saturday I've ever had.
Because you were getting ignored.
Right, yeah, it all started because I was being ignored by people. And then I had, but it ends funny. So, anyway, I go to the protest, and I run into our buddies, Todd and Tyler.
No kidding.
They're there doing reports.
Nice.
And I've talked to them a little bit in person, but not very much. So they really didn't know. But Todd knew who I was. I was talking to him a little bit. And I literally just, suctioned on. I'm like, can I just walk around with you guys? I don't really know anyone, whatever. And oh yeah, sure. It got to the point where I'm just interviewing people with them, and people are thinking I work for them.
Nice.
I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Hung out there. They actually invited me to go out to Old Town afterwards. I'm like, nah, it was getting late, and me and my
Right.
old womanness. But it was really fun. It was really cool talking to a lot of people who, I felt really good coming out of that. Being in Kansas, sometimes you just feel like everyone's a right-wing douchebag.
Yeah.
That doesn't give a shit about anything. And, well, Trump sucks, but, could be worse. Could have Hillary,
Yeah, right.
I felt really good about a lot of stuff. And it was good because there was a lot of people who were like, I'm doing this because I'm against this one policy. And after that, I'm not against all Republicans. I'm just against whoever has the worst policies. Mm-hmm. And, like, for me, like, that's great. That's what you want. Yeah, it's just because as an art doesn't mean they're wrong. Right.
Man, I wish I could have gone. I wish I would have known. I would have loved to have met them.
It was pretty
Never
cool.
met them.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. They gave us some love on the Twitter as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
I just try to retweet that. I'm like a little fucking schoolgirl. Whenever I get, like, any sort of, I was like, like Sherrod Smalls that said some shit to us, and Mike Cannon, all those great guys in New York. I was like, retweet it. I'm like, I know I look like such a douche. I'm like, look at me. I'm being acknowledged. Anyway, so, great Saturday. Got home, the rest of the night I hung out with my son. I gamed. Perfect, Saturday night. Well, Sunday started like this. Woke up about 5:30 to the words, "Oh no, he's puking." And
no.
I hopped out of bed. My wife said I did like a backflip. I like landed on my feet, hit the light, and I literally, no joke, ended in this form, like this stand. Because I don't even know what the hell I hurt. Like, she's
like a karate pose,
and she's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Is he okay?" No, he's puking. Like, I had like my karate pose towards the door, like there was someone coming into the house.
That's awesome. Well, I know not to bust into your house. Then you're gonna Bruce Lee it up.
Apparently, I'm like that. What's that movie where they're brainwashed to be like spies and shit, but they don't know it.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Ultra or American Ultra, something like. Is that it?
With Jesse Eisenberg,
which I never actually saw, but I just know the premise of it. I guess.
Yeah, Jesse Eisenberg and Kirsten Stewart, right? Yeah.
It American looks emo for me. I don't know if you.
I've never seen it.
I saw like 20 minutes of it, and it's real emo.
Really?
Anyway, puke. My poor little guy is just puking his little head off. And
because then you didn't karate chop him in the face,
right? And it was like 6:30 in the morning. Well, no, it was really about 5:30 in the morning. And so I'm picking up, and that's such a horrible feeling. Puking is just awful. I felt so bad for him. Because for a while he was doing the. Looking at me, "Daddy, I don't want to puke anymore." And I'm like, "Oh, I know, it's horrible. It's the worst thing in the world." I got him some water and brushed his teeth and
By the way, that's one of the best feelings, like ever, to puke and then brush your teeth
and clean.
It's incredible. Yeah. I mean, it sucks that you have to puke in order to experience that, but honestly, I would rank that in like my top 5 feelings, especially after really bad puke.
See, I think. For me, anyway, nothing can come good after a puke. Like, puking takes my life so far down that...
But it's so easy to come back up from that.
Maybe.
And that's how I look at it. Like, you know what?
If you get one... But, like, okay, like, for instance, today, I'm kind of nauseous and I'm feeling kind of shitty.
Yeah.
I'm having a friend bring me anti-nausea medicine.
Right.
Because I don't want to... Because I don't want to puke. Like, I don't want that. Maybe if I puked, I'd feel better.
Yeah.
But I don't want... No.
No.
I will... All costs.
Right. No, I fight it. Like, if I'm kind of nauseous, I'm like, okay, whatever. But, like, if I really... I'll be laying there, and I'll think... Like, if you just move... And I'm like this, by the way. I don't know if you are. But, like, I have to lay in a certain position for a long time before I start to feeling better. And even if I just, like, barely move my arm... all that nausea comes back.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm like the only one like that, but it does.
No, there's a lot of people like that.
It comes and I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to throw up, but I fight it. I'm like, no, I know I'm going to throw up, but it's not going to be right now.
Right.
Even though I know. And then in the back of my mind, I'm like, I should just go throw up.
Just do it. Just get it out of your system. No, in fact, when I was a kid, I remember my whole household was sick. And I remember just being just completely awful. And me and my mom and my sister, like, hunkered down, dying. And I was like probably 5 or whatever, and I puked, and I remember like it was horrible. It was horrible, but I felt better. Like afterwards, I felt fine.
Yeah.
And I'm like telling my mom and my sister, I'm like, just puke. Yeah. You'll feel better. You'll feel better. But
don't fight it.
Yeah, just let it go.
It's the worst.
But you know what? They didn't puke, and they felt better the next day. So I
don't get
really,
that lucky. I just feel crappy.
Well, I think they took medicine. It fucking, whatever. But anyway, with my son though, happened to be the old mucus, the old phlegm.
Really?
He's not, he doesn't spit loogies out. He's 4, so you can't really. He swallows a lot of it. You know how you, and
I do
goes.
that.
So do I.
I never have a problem with it.
But it gets caught in his throat. And so he was coughing, and it was more like a gag puke than it was.
Like when you're coughing so hard you puke?
Yes.
That sucks too. I like how you're just talking to me, trying to screw on your bottle lid, and it just pops off right off to the floor.
But no, it was more that. So he was okay within like 10 or 5 minutes.
And those hurt, by the way,
Oh,
because
yeah.
you're coughing so hard that it makes you puke, and then you're done. You're like, oh, that my chest just feels like a bomb went off.
Which, by the way, got that totally going.
Your eye's a little red too.
Yeah, I think it's allergies. I don't know. I've been coughing like a motherfucker the last couple of days. Anyway, so it took like Steph was changing the sheets and whatever, and I was taking care of him, and it was kind of interesting how like that moment totally kind of sucked.
Yeah.
But then we're like laying down, and he's like, put his little head against my chest, and we put the Trolls on.
Yeah.
And just had like a great like little moment. Like a good
nice.
hour. I'm just like, this is perfect. This is life. This is what I want. And in that moment, I'm like, I want this all day. So I text my boss, and I'm like, and it was at 6 o'clock. I'm texting my boss, and I'm like, I'm not coming in today.
What day was this?
Sunday morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not coming in today. This is what happened. He's sick. Blah blah blah. Sent out a few texts. I know I sent you one later.
Yeah.
Got a. I think Christine's coming in.
Hey, what's
Hey,
up?
we're on air right now.
Welcome to the show.
I mean, you can talk.
Yeah.
We announced that you're here.
Yeah.
That's for any aches and
Hey, do you want me to
sweet.
shave your belly and put that on you? The Thermacare?
and
The heating pad?
This is for the flu. I took this when I was feeling sick. It made me feel better.
Really?
Yeah.
You are amazing.
Just heat up some water and drink it. It tastes like crap. But
Coming in clutch.
You are awesome. How much of these do you take?
all
I was kidding.
I mean, I would suggest it turns your shit black if you eat too many of them.
Jesus.
It does.
It's better than red, I guess.
It makes your tongue black too.
Actually, black is worse than red.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess it
Because
is.
black means that you got like a real bad bleeding issue.
Well, yeah, so what does
Like inside?
Right, so what does red mean?
Red means you have hemorrhoids.
Oh, yeah,
It means your blood is closer to your ass.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a hemorrhoid?
Nope.
Either one of you guys? Oh, that's the weirdest feeling.
I
What
got
do
a
you do? How do you
hemorrhoid-
get a hemorrhoid?
I got a hemorrhoid from
Usually
taking this
childbirth.
antidepressant. It made me constipated, so the constipation caused me to get a hemorrhoid.
Yeah, or just
What
like
is a
Worst
hemorrhoid, then?
fucking pain I
Is
ever
it just
had
like
in my
a
life.
tear?
It's like a
It's like a bump. It's like
it's
a big
bump
ass
on by
pimple
your
in your
asshole.
butthole.
It's
How do you get rid of
basically you gotta get some cream or go to the doctor. In some cases, they have to cut it off.
Or they just go away. Like mine went away.
Really?
Yeah, it was the worst
I
pain
mean,
ever. Mine's busted when I was pooping,
Oh.
Mine.
and it like squirted blood.
Oh,
into
fuck
my blood.
that.
Yes.
It was so much blood, I screamed.
No, I was.
Did you feel it?
I was
Really?
walking out of work, like out of the restroom, because I pooped, and I felt like shitty. Like you always feel like you have to wipe your ass. It's the most disgusting feeling, right? Like you constantly
I
like
feel like you got anal seepage when you
Ah,
have a
yes,
hemorrhoid.
yeah.
It never
Like-
stops leaking. Like I always wear thongs, so my thongs would be stained from
Oh.
where it was at. I know it's nasty.
No,
we're
but
probably
that's
giving
reality.
everybody an awful visual.
it's the reality.
You can smell them too sometimes.
Oh, that's.
But I came out of the bathroom at work, and I felt like this super sharp pain, like this horrible pain in my asshole. And then
Sorry.
it just depleted. And I felt warm in the back of my pants. Stuck my hand back because you got to check. You're like, what's going on?
Right.
What's going on back there?
A handful of blood,
Oh.
and I mean, I'm a little freaked out, but I'm also laughing. So I'm like, holy shit, I'm farting blood. So I went into my boss and I'm like, this came out of my ass. There's just blood dripping up. This came out of my ass. I think I gotta go home.
Did you ever go to I went to the doctors to get my hemorrhoid looked at because it was there for like 3-4 weeks. And it was the most uncomfortable awkward
that would
situation.
suck.
They made me lay in like a fetal position and they stuck a finger up my
Oh.
ass and then they stuck this like tube thing up my ass right afterwards.
Hey, are you sure the doctor's name wasn't Gabe?
You'll be fine. You like this.
And
Did
when
he
you
put
have
any
a
tongue in
hemorrhoid
there?
in your butt, it does not feel good when you put anything in your butt.
No,
it's awful.
don't think it
I
does
can't believe having it for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Mine was pretty big. It was on the inside. It didn't It wasn't hanging out. It
Yeah,
was
I never
more on
got
the
that either.
inside.
So how exactly do you get these? Because I'm gonna
You
avoid
get it from
this.
constipation. You get it from certain medications, health things,
Like, I'm a big
blood vessels
pooper.
bursting
Yeah,
in your
yeah.
buttholes. and
God,
main
what
cause
a
of
massive shit you have to take.
Oh, dude.
Like you're like going Super
You can get
Saiyan
them
on the
from
toilet.
I
having
throw out
anal
footballs
sex.
a lot. I mean, but that's what happens. Like, you push too hard.
them. And you bust the
Like she's
blood
saying, the
vessels
blood
around your
vessels.
butthole.
God damn. I can just picture like walking by your bathroom and just hearing you screaming at the top of your lungs.
No, I learned how to do it now. I learned the system of the rocking. You kind of rock yourself.
Yeah,
and it actually,
yeah, right?
No, you gotta sit like on the toilet like this. I put my daughter's step stool up.
The
in
squatty
her,
potty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Squat like this.
It's
so
more natural.
Yeah.
It's how you're supposed to.
Yeah.
So you're not bearing.
No, I get
And
what you
if it's
mean by
really
the rocking
and if it's
thing.
really big, you give it like a little bit of a
Right.
little bit of rock, and like it just kind of works itself through.
Yeah.
Well, see, I do
No
something
pushing.
different, but I have a vagina, so.
True. Wait, what did... what the
You can kind of
fuck?
push on your gooch region if it's a really big turd.
Oh, God.
Really?
I'm
Yeah.
not reaching down there, though.
Yeah. I mean,
My doctor told
we
me
can do it, too.
also if I feel like there's a big one coming out, to grab my cheeks and kind of
That's...
spread
Yeah,
them.
no, I was going to say, that's with the rocking thing. You can pop it, and then pop it, and it just, like, spreads it for you. You can just sit
Yeah,
there
but
and...
Shit,
you're good.
I walk in.
but I mean,
You started this.
you're actually pretty smart by going to the doctor.
Because sometimes you can bust them and bleed out if you don't take care of them.
Well, a friend.
What the... Really?
Yeah, you can bleed out because your butthole has one of your main arteries right above
Are
it.
you serious?
Yes.
What? I didn't know that.
And your butthole has the most blood capillaries around it.
It does, yeah.
Even more than your fingers?
You can die from having anal sex if it's done incorrectly.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm going to remember
No,
that.
but friend of the show, Jim Jeffries, and yes, I can
Wait,
say that because
for
he's
real?
our friend. He recently he had to take like 3 months off because he's had so many hemorrhoids the last like 10 years that he just
Oh.
doesn't even get them looked at. He basically mead the situation and he's
Yeah.
like, I'll be fine, whatever, don't worry about it. He had 28 hemorrhoids.
Ew.
And he had to get
At
them
one time?
At one time.
What?
And he had to get him surgically removed, and it was so bad, like, he had the pink sock thing after the surgery.
Oh.
Like, he'd take
Yeah.
a shower and his asshole would fall out.
Yeah.
The dude's like 42, 40, I mean, 38, 42,
Yeah.
in that range.
There's
He's not
the inner
old.
hemorrhoids and the outer ones. The outer ones look like chewed up bubble gum just hanging there.
Oh.
It's pretty gross.
He had both,
That's like my biggest fear.
inside and outside. He had both, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you don't mind, I'll continue on with my Sunday.
What?
So after this amazing
I need a
Saturday,
drink after that talk.
I woke up to my son puking, as I was saying.
Yeah.
And we had this great moment watching Trolls and just cuddling. And I called my boss and got a hold of some people, said I'm taking the day off, whatever. Had a great Sunday, too. I mean, pretty low-key, though. Just hung out, gamed, watched movies, really just had a great day with my kid. Put it that way. Well, but how Saturday was one of those days that, like, if I hadn't put any effort in, just would have been a boring, just complete bullshit day.
Yeah.
Sunday was the exact opposite, where I literally, I went to go to a friend's house, took my son, and we went to a friend's house and we watched the Super Bowl. And I'm watching the Super Bowl, and it's the most boring bullshit. For one, they got a fucking dog. Like
wait.
3 new dogs.
Where
I
did
should
you
say.
go?
Buddy at Travis's.
Oh.
He had like 3 new dogs. They're really annoying. I gotta be honest. And they're like kind of biting my kid every now and then. Like not harsh, but just,
Yeah.
Well, we went.
Oh, sorry, I was reading new flavors.
What are you oohing about?
Ooh.
Anyway.
One.
So, the like third quarter, the game's like 3-28 or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck this, I'm done.
Right.
So I'm like, Jameson, let's go. Drove back, got him, drove back, got home, and I'm like, put him to bed. Actually, he fell asleep, so I just like laid him down on the couch. I'm gaming for a while. I look at my phone at like 10:30, and it's like, Pats win the Super Bowl. I'm like, what?
In overtime.
I missed the greatest Super Bowl of my entire life because I tapped out early.
Yep.
You know what's really funny?
What?
Before I left, it was like 9:30. I texted our buddy Charles, and I said, "Hey man, congratulations! It's awesome when you finally win that Super Bowl. And what a great way to do it after just destroying the Patriots that way." And like I wrote him this whole like little letter on Facebook, just kind of, And as I've told the listeners, he's the guy that we go back and forth on. Him and I do on teams and shit talking. He's a big Falcons fan. as soon as I found out they won, the Patriots won, I'm like, oh my God, I look like an asshole. But yeah,
awesome.
so I missed the biggest, had a great day on Saturday. Missed,
It was an
there was
incredible
shit
Super
going
Bowl.
on that no one even knew about, really. I mean, that they wouldn't care about, you know, but. And then Sunday, I missed the biggest fucking.
It was great. Well, I loved watching it because it was a good game.
Did you watch the full thing?
Yeah, I did, and I could not believe they just kept coming out and kept scoring. Like, what is happening? I thought, well, maybe the Falcons will come back and score a couple.
I made a comment that I don't think the Patriots won, the Falcons lost.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing that I think played into it was if you look back at the Falcons season, a lot of the games that they won, they scored most, if not all, of their points during the first half. And then the second half, they didn't do a whole lot.
I didn't know that.
And then the Patriots, they're the opposite. They did a lot more, kind of starting second quarter, but mostly third and fourth quarter. And the Falcons were burned out. And Patriots came in and just...
And again, you know, as I was kind of commenting, like I had said too, I don't think Brady is the greatest football player in the world or in history. Everybody's saying that now. He's the greatest. And I'm like, if you put him on the Dolphins of the 80s, he's not going to do as well as Dan Marino. But if you put Dan Marino on this Patriots team, he would do great.
Right.
But they're like, well, what the fuck do you know? You didn't watch the game. They've got a good point. They make a really good point. So,
but from someone who did watch
from you
the game,
watching
I
it,
agree.
do you think the Falcons? Do you think it was their like? Should they have ran a lot more? I mean, were they still
definitely
passing
should've
at crazy,
ran a lot
stupid
more.
times?
Stupid question.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
is RW3?
It's a kind of like a sweet. What's that? It's a candy.
No Red Bull in it.
There's no Red Bull in it.
No.
No, they definitely should have ran it a lot more because they weren't.
It's like a
doing-
sweet or a. What kind of? What's that candy?
Blueberry or something.
What's that candy my son likes? I got in my car.
Oh,
The little circular.
the mint things.
No, what is it? You should get them at the bank.
Smarties?
Smarties, yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, RW3 tastes like Smarties.
Anyway, I think they should have ran it a lot more because they weren't doing an awful job running. It wasn't great. They probably could have picked up, 1 to 5 yards. Maybe they got lucky and got a first down, whatever. But passing, they did well in the first half. I mean, I think. But then second half, they weren't showing up.
Just not.
And I think it's a combination of them not showing up and the Patriots really were like, okay, we need to get our ass in gear. And they did. I think it's honestly a combination of Falcons lost it and Patriots won it.
Huh. I mean, no, I'm not gonna.
I think that if the Falcons had played, even if the Patriots came out like they did, I think if the Falcons had still played like they did the first half, they still would have won. I really do. If they had just shown up.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think if they one thing I noticed on replays was fucking Matty Ice kept getting sacked for 10 or 15 yard loss, and it's like, dude, just chuck the ball out of bounds.
Right.
I mean, come on, dude. Don't hold on to it.
Yeah.
Just fling it.
Right.
Not just fling it at your coach. You're good.
And it was the first Super Bowl in overtime.
Yeah, missed that.
Yep.
Missed all that.
Yep. It was incredible. It was a really good
Although
game.
the game, for me, should have an asterisk.
Why?
As you posted a meme of Donald Trump as, what's his name? Something White. I don't know the guy's first name.
White.
The running back for the Patriots?
That's LeGarrette Blount.
No, that wasn't Garrett Blunt. That was White. Somebody White.
Dan.
And it started with an L, I thought. Leonard White or Leonard White? I don't know.
Leonard,
The guy that had 3 touchdowns in the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
I don't know because I didn't watch it. But
I can't remember.
anyway, you posted a meme where it had Donald Trump as that guy, and then Obama as a Falcon.
Yeah.
And as I posted or quoted on that, he didn't score. And if you look at the replay, he didn't score. That guy did not score that
No,
touchdown.
he didn't. I know.
In overtime.
And it's bullshit. I didn't share that, by the way. I actually just liked it because I debated sharing it because I also never saw your comment.
Oh, God.
But it pisses me off because as soon as he quote-unquote broke the plane, confetti was going off. People were celebrating. They're supposed to, even if it's just like an obvious touchdown or pretty close to an obvious
You
touchdown.
gotta review
You're
it.
supposed to review it,
And
they
especially
didn't.
that one.
They didn't.
Because what if, that was what, second down?
That was second down.
And so went to third down. And, I mean, it's highly
Right,
possible
yeah.
you don't get in on third down. They got to kick the field goal, and that Falcons offense comes out. I'm just saying, like, there should be an asterisk
I
on
agree.
that. You know, I was actually, Opie was mentioning that he thinks pro football should be like soccer, or like college football, where both teams get 4 downs to try to score within a goal, like, within the 20-yard line or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I don't agree
I don't
with that,
think that.
but
I mean,
I
but
was saying...
I do think the Falcons should have had a chance.
I was going to say, I was telling, because I went over to my friend's house and I was telling her and her dad, I was like, I think that they should still be, even if the Patriots score a touchdown, I still think Falcons should get the ball and they should at least be allowed to match it. They score a field goal, obviously they lose.
lost,
They have to
yeah.
score a touchdown. But I mean,
Keep
it's
it
just
going.
like sudden death. If the Falcon or if the Patriots,
Football is the only sport that does that.
right?
In hockey, it's that way. Like, you know,
I've never understood that.
you
Because
know,
it's like, well, then it's 50-50 shot.
Yeah.
Because if you get the ball,
it comes down to the fucking coin toss. The
yeah,
coin toss,
right.
really.
Like,
I
well,
mean,
if you get the ball, then
the coin toss.
there's a 50% chance you've just won it.
Yeah. No, and that's why I did the show on, like you said,
Jesus Christ.
Tuesday, Monday, whatever.
What?
I decided not to talk too much about any of this stuff.
I'm
'cause-
sorry.
Oh no, keep going.
What are you-
You're
Something
fine,
I
you're
know
fine.
nothing about. Me personally, as a woman, I would never go to somebody.
But you should move on closer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me explain this. As a woman, before I let anybody cut my hair, do my makeup or anything, I look at how their hair and makeup is done.
Yeah, I think that's important.
Yeah.
I think that
That's
tells
wise.
you a lot to what to expect. Would you ever go to this woman to get your hair and makeup done?
Oh.
What's wrong with her eyebrows?
I was gonna say,
Jesus
and her
Christ,
lips,
you cannot look at her.
and her
fuck-
mascara or what eyeliner?
What the hell did
It's
she
like
do
smeared.
here?
It looks like she just
We're
took
looking.
wet.
What's the name?
This looks like the makeup I've done when I was like 12 years old.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
Like
I
when
don't
you-
want to call her out. She's a local person, but
Oh.
there's someone on Instagram for you guys listening that looks like she's got caterpillars on her eyebrows and her fucking lips look like shit.
Her eyeliner's smeared.
Like that's that pink, that Barbie pink I used to wear at 12. You know when you don't know how to do makeup and this is the lip color and eyeshadow color you
Yeah.
wear
I mean,
at 12.
I wouldn't be so harsh on her, but that's her job.
She actually looks like a dude, to be honest. Like,
Yeah, I
if
thought
you
it was a
took off-
transgender
If you
at
take off all
first
the
until I
makeup,
seen
show
the
him.
name.
Well, I kind of thought that's why she was hot, but you know,
Ugh.
I'm sorry, I just that's
no,
what I was doing.
no, you're good, you're good.
I don't know anything about sports, so I'm just gonna sit over here and troll Instagram.
But I think we're done with sports anyway. I think.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Really.
Well, let me tell you about my life experience today, okay?
Oh, you should come back over
should
here.
move back close to the mic.
Well, today I had, my regular checkup, for my pap smear and everything or
Me too.
whatnot.
Saw you there.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
You know, just slightly off topic. My mom had all that done recently, and she's never had any of that done in her entire life. She's been nervous for like 30 years to have a mammogram done and a pap done, and they do
Oh,
the
it's
scope in your
nerve-wracking.
butthole and all
It
that.
is?
Yes,
Why?
it is. Because it's just
You
it's
don't know
awkward.
you don't know something's wrong. Especially my mom, like 30 years.
Yeah, you
worried
always
about it.
fear that they're going to tell you that they found cancerous stuff. And I mean, it's even more uncomfortable because you got to put your butthole and cooch right in someone's face and with a
I
bunch
would
of
rather know,
spotlights.
though.
I mean, I guess you got to understand as a woman, it's very uncomfortable. But
Here's the crazy thing,
What?
though. Just briefly. Mom's results came back. She's completely fine.
Ah, good.
But like, she never goes to the doctor. Never.
I go once a year for an annual.
That's smart.
wellness
You
check.
should. You should. You know.
Well,
Anyway,
just
go
out of
ahead.
curiosity, I was asking her a bunch of questions because you know me, I get a lot of my information off Facebook, and I asked her. I said, because I read on Facebook, 90% of the population has herpes. That's to a point
she
that.
said, "Don't get your information on Facebook."
Oh, she said that, of course, yeah. But she also said that is very true. They said that herpes is so common they don't even test for it anymore. And they said it's honestly not as big of a deal as everybody makes it.
Well, don't you usually get, like, if you have herpes,
Depends
you
on the
usually
type.
got it from like your aunt, uncle, your
Yeah.
mom, your dad,
Just from kissing you
Cody's
as a kid.
It
dick.
could be
Yeah.
from anything. If you sexually, using a cup after somebody, sitting on a toilet seat, whatever the case
Or just
may
like
be.
them, giving you a kiss when you're a
I mean,
kid.
some
or-
cases are more severe, like I've had a friend, I'm not going to mention her name or anything, but she even showed me it. She broke out every 3 to 6 months, and she'd get these giant
Holy shit.
blisters on her coochie lips,
Ugh.
and they'd scab over really bad, and it was so painful she had to get a cream to put on it to just deal with it. That is like the severe case of herpes. The other case of herpes, not so much.
Yeah.
But
Except for the ones on
anyways.
your lips.
Isn't that a different case though of herpes? Like,
Different
there's
strand.
the mouth one,
Yeah,
cold
there's
sores.
two different. There's canker sores, cold sores, and everything, and then there's the vaginal. It's either internally or external.
Or your lips.
Yeah,
Those are actually different. Those are
they
like...
are
Where'd you get them on your dick?
around your head,
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
or sometimes on the shaft. It all depends.
Shaft. I love
A
that word.
You don't get them on your balls though?
No.
That'd be weird.
Bumpy
Like
balls.
those spiky balls that you can get out of the
That'd be cool.
machines.
Right? Let me
Bro.
fuck you with my balls.
But yeah, no, you're right. It is incredibly common.
But well, I mean, I
Although,
knew
if 90% have it, do you have herpes?
everybody
Yeah.
has some.
Do you?
I mean, I have like the cold sores and
Everybody has some strain of herpes in their body.
stuff. 90% of people. Mm-hmm.
Not everybody has genital herpes.
Right, no, see, that's
Yeah,
different. Like,
well, I'm not saying 90% of the population has genital herpes, then we'd all be fucked right now.
I guess I wouldn't know.
well, do you ever get cold sores?
Not really.
Not really?
I
But
mean,
you
not
do?
that I'm like.
If you've ever gotten them, you have herpes.
My sister's
I don't get them
roommate
very
gets
often.
cold sores on her lips, and they blister up really big. She'll
Oh,
get like
see,
Oh,
6
see, I
of
don't.
them.
I've never
I
had
don't.
anything
I don't
like
ever
that.
get anything on the outside. Mine are all on the inside. But I don't really hardly ever get them. But I do get them. So I do have herpes. Put that on your resume.
I feel like I may not have herpes. All
You
the
may
things-
not.
What you guys are describing, I've never like the blistery thing. No, I've never.
It's
No,
just like
I've
I get a
never-
pimple
I've-
kind of thing.
Yeah, I got a pimple
Yeah, that's-
like on my lip that I popped.
Yeah, that thing.
And- but
I get
in, like,
that every
well,
now
but
and
shit
then.
that's
comes
just
out of it.
that's a pimple.
Oh.
But like, have you ever bit the side of your tongue and it like kind of has that little bump where
Yeah,
you bit it?
yeah.
It's like that, only on the inside of your lip and outside.
Huh, no, never.
No, maybe you don't have herpes.
That's
then.
weird.
Yeah,
I
or maybe
should.
it's just
Got that.
recessive.
Of course, I don't fuck.
Well, it doesn't have to come from that.
I'm
but-
just saying, like, you probably kissed more people.
Mm-hmm.
Both of you probably kissed a lot more people than I have in my entire life. Kissed like 3 people. I'm like that girl from that movie.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
the
that one.
The
yeah.
one where you're like, she's 30 years old, and they're like, oh, she's a fucking high school kid. Was that Never Been Kissed? Is that it?
I don't know.
Never had
But it
herpes.
sounds like
I've never had herpes.
sounds
yeah.
like some romance comedy.
It is.
into.
It is. It is.
What was even more awkward about my pap smear today is it wasn't my typical doctor that I've always had that came in. You know, the old woman that was kind of bitchy. It was a super hot Chinese woman.
Oh, I thought maybe like his ears smelled weird or something.
No, she's like, when she walked in, like,
You
I
get
was
that
like,
like
oh, no.
position? Let me just check that.
She's really, really hot, and it just kind of like made it really awkward for me.
It's like a waterfall down here.
exactly.
Jesus Christ!
Like somebody opened the floodgates.
No, you just have to see her to believe her.
No, I'm sure.
Really hot Chinese woman.
Yeah,
It's on my bucket list of things to do. I just
A Chinese woman?
hot Chinese woman.
they're hard to find.
Huh?
They're hard to find
They are really hard to
because
find.
you gotta like those are like really skinny and whatever. And if that's your look, cool. But
She had a really pretty face, and I usually think all Chinese people, and I'm sorry, I think they all look the same to me, but she had a really pretty face. And she had like long black hair with highlights in it, and she looked like she had a decent rack.
Kind of sounds like
see,
you're
like, that's
describing
rough.
a friend of ours' wife that we're all very well acquainted with.
Who?
Too,
Oh
Ew, his wife?
Yeah.
no!
What?
Yeah, that's what it sounds
Good
like.
God, no.
I always knew you had a thing for her.
Oh,
She's
God.
got like no titties.
She has no body, period.
Yeah.
doesn't?
No.
I can
not
genuinely say I've never looked.
She probably like grabs her stomach rolls and pushes them
Yes,
into her bra
yes.
because it looks like she has an Uno boob. There's like not 2 lumps, it's just
Uno
one,
boob, a mono boob.
just
I mean,
one
I gotta-
big chunk of tit.
I guess I gotta go with you.
Like
I haven't
an
seen her
udder.
that much.
Yeah, I've never seen her shirtless. I know who we could ask though. Be like, hey, send us a picture next time you're getting it on.
Who?
Me.
Oh,
No.
I was like, is there something going on I don't know
Her
about?
husband.
Want to see?
Oh no! I mean, ew.
Maybe we'll get lucky and he'll be in it too.
I thought you knew somebody that
That's even worse.
like flat round ass, but like it's like weird like that pancake ass, you know.
Yeah.
I bet her vag just hangs there too.
She's got like back hair. I bet she's got like back hair like me, where you have it at the lower
Right over
back.
her butthole area, like
I
above
do
her
that.
butt
I have
crack.
that.
So I've got like right above my butt crack. And
Yeah,
then
me too.
It's
right
like
on.
just a little patch, and then it goes away.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the weirdest fucking thing.
Sick.
Wow. We should braid each other's ass crack hair.
I think we should. I've had a lot of girls like.
Disgusting.
Do you have a hairy asshole, by the way?
No, not really.
Really? See, I do. And it's obnoxious. Because I like try to scratch my ass and stuff,
Why
and my
don't you
finger gets
fucking
like.
shave it? That's disgusting.
No, but see, that's the thing. I can't figure it out.
Speaking of assholes,
You would need help. I think.
And by the way, it's just like anywhere else that you shave. When it grows back, it gets like patchy and like
Oh.
rough
that's why
and
you
stuff.
keep
God,
shaving.
that would
I've been
I
shaving
know.
my asshole for
I did-
years.
nah,
and I don't
see,
have a
I did it
problem.
Wait,
one time.
okay. We gotta take a break. So I don't want to run out of time, but we've got to come back to this.